In episode 22 of Awakening from the Meaning Crisis, we delve deep into the philosophical entanglements of Descartes and Hobbes, exploring how their theories about the mind and cognition continue to resonate and conflict in our modern understanding of self and society. This exploration is not just academic. It touches on the core of how we see ourselves and our place in a rapidly evolving world. The episode begins by identifying a fundamental tension that has shaped Western thought: the focus on the isolated individual mind. This concept, crucially shared by both Luther and Descartes, shapes much of our cultural and intellectual landscape. Luther's emphasis on conscience, accepting beliefs without evidence, contrasts sharply with Descartes' insistence on consciousness, which demands certainty as the foundation for knowledge. This dichotomy sets the stage for ongoing cultural wars between faith and reason, each advocating a different approach to truth, but originating from a similar philosophical isolation of the individual mind. The narrative then shifts to Thomas Hobbes's radical proposal that if cognition is merely computational, then artificial intelligence could replicate human thought. This idea challenges our traditional boundaries between the mechanical and the mental, urging us to reconsider what constitutes the human soul and mind. Descartes counters this with a powerful critique centered on the purpose-driven nature of human reasoning, which involves goals and standards that transcend mere material computations. His argument underscores a crucial point. Reasoning is imbued with meaning and purpose, aspects of human experience that cannot be generated by algorithms or machines. This discussion about AI and the soul feeds into broader themes of cultural narcissism and existential crises. As technology advances, the question of what makes us unique becomes increasingly complex and fraught. Without a clear concept of the soul or a grounding in traditional metaphysical beliefs, the modern self can feel paradoxically both empowered and utterly lost in a purposeless cosmos. Descartes' skepticism about Hobbes's materialism highlights another profound issue: the limits of rationality in a culture that often misunderstands its own philosophical foundations. Despite the emphasis on logical rigor, Descartes himself pointed out that the essence of reasoning involves a pursuit of truth that necessarily includes subjective elements like meaning and value, qualities that are not inherent in the physical matter analyzed by science. As we grapple with these philosophical challenges, Descartes brings us to a startling realization about consciousness and qualia, the subjective experiences that define our inner lives. He argues convincingly that if matter cannot produce qualia, then not only is our understanding of our own minds incomplete, but our ability to comprehend others' minds becomes deeply problematic. This introduces the problem of other minds, a pivotal issue in both philosophy and cognitive science, emphasizing how deeply interwoven our mental lives are with non-material aspects of reality. The isolation of the mind, as Descartes portrays it, culminates in a troubling scenario where the only certainty is the thinker's own existence. I think, therefore I am. This maxim, while profound, leaves us adrift in a vast impersonal universe, increasingly cut off from tradition, community, and even our own bodily experiences. This episode thus serves as a crucial meditation on the impacts of Descartes and Hobbes's thoughts on modern existential and intellectual crises. As we navigate the complexities of AI, consciousness, and cultural identity, the insights from this episode urge us to consider not just the power of our technologies and intellects, but also the profound human need for connection, meaning, and purpose in an ever-changing world.